Okay, in this video, I am going to be working on this storm that you see in the reference picture here with the lightning. So that basically the demo is going to be how I approach, preserving the lightning with gold tape here. So I'll zoom in on that. This is on clayboard, and you can see I already drew in the lightning and I protected it with gold tape. You can use frisket. You can use actually scratching techniques with an x-acto knife, but this is clayboard. That's this product here. Okay, Ampersand makes it, and it's just going to be a demonstration of a painting I'm already working on, but I thought I would show you guys how I approach painting the lightning. All right, so I'll be using the Micron SB and also Createx illustration colors, along with, of course, they're transparent. This is the setup I go with, and then I will be using white to make my mixtures and make them opaque. Okay, and then I'll be using transparents too a little bit, but this is just basically to show you guys how I approach this. And so this is a tree line here, as you can see here, and this is the area right here in the sky. And so we're going to take the pre-mixed yellow, and we're going to start with that. We'll put a little bit of reducer in it. Sometimes when it's sitting around, I mix the colors a little bit ago. That doesn't, a little while ago, I should say. And, okay, so anyway, I have my little solo cups, okay? That is not yellow out of the bottle. That is pre-mixed yellow. I'm using a little palette. Sometimes I don't want a palette to put droplets in and not use a full drop into mixture, because it could overwhelm the color and ruin it. So I might take a paintbrush, the paintbrush would be used just to dip into the droplet and then put it into the actual color I mixed. So on the side here, let's get the piece of paper here and see our color. So it's pretty much it's not out of the bottle. It's got other colors in it just to get this thing started. Whoops, there we go. Crashing into the old cell phone there. All right, so just in this area, oh yeah, before I get going, I do have a rough image in here. And this was just freehand, this little sketch, as opposed to tracing it down. Just want to lighten some of the lines, but I could still see them. And it is an opaque mixture, so it will cover. There's the tree line, right? So you could do your tree line first. You could, do it a number of different ways. All right, so I'm just going to find an area right here that, I got to get that air down here. Okay, first video for 2023. Happy New Year to everyone. And I might have done the pencil drawing one a little while ago. I don't know if that was before the New Year's or what, but anyway. So I'm just spraying the yellow in. The gold tape is protecting my lightning bolts, and I just want to. Doesn't have everything in the picture, like it doesn't go all the way over, like the painting that I'm working on. So let's see, right here, yeah, it's missing part of the picture because just for a sample. All right, so down here, we want to kind of put a base in of the yellow. It's a little to have it in different places, but it's going to have the orange on top of it. Just up there. And I'm not so concerned about making this a finished painting. I just want you guys to see how I approach the actual, the lightning and the storm itself. All right, so I can get a little more intense right here, right there. And that should do it. I'm gonna put a little more fire up here in the sky there. All right. And along the tree line here, it's going to have some glow, so I'll just put it right above there. Let's see, this tree, you got to kind of find where you are. This lightning bolt is here. It's coming down into that tree, so there'll be a little bit more orange color right in there. All right, so that's my yellow. And so for now, let's see. We're going to switch over to the next mixture, which is the orange. Okay. The whole time the lightning is being protected by the gold tape, which I didn't bother doing that on the video because you just put the tape down over your drawing, you can see through it. I even just drew one side of the lightning bolt, and I made my own thickness by just kind of doing that with the X-acto blade. All right, so right in here, I'm going to start blending in some orange, leaving the yellow, kind of come over here. And again, this is just a partial from the rest of that is not in the picture. I'm just leaving that out. So we'll get this right here. It's a little orange in that area, right in this area, like that. And there's going to be like a tornado-y kind of brown image coming down. So right here, I'm going to just kind of mist in very lightly. There's other colors in here, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. There's a lot of colors in here. There's little peachy colors and stuff like that. But for this demo, we'll just go with this. Okay, so we're going to get this now over here, the orange color. Some brown clouds. We can get some, let's see, we got a little edgy here so we can kind of make, actually I did that backwards, but it won't hurt the picture. I wanted an edge, which I can kind of come off of that now. Just kind of work off that, what I just did. It's just another kind of cloud busting in to the sunset. And then there's some more up here. It'll be brown. Sometimes I'll put a color in that's lighter and it's not the right color, but I can go back over it with the darker color next. So I work from light to dark. That's what we got here. All right, so let's get this more intense here with a little more orange. Then I can spray right out of the bottle too later. On top of that, the very nice transparent right out of the bottle. Okay, so here it's all orange. I'm going to go right down into the trees and get that to be the orange color right there. It's kind of brownish orange. I'll go a little more intense there. Just breaking it up, mixing it up with some freehand stuff, you know, and I'll just go over here and just put it in like that for now. Okay, the intensity, I don't want the video to be real long, you know, just see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just cleaning out that orange, but I'm gonna take straight from the bottle now a little bit of the yellow, fire it in a little bit after I erase a spot. If this works, sometimes on clay board the erasing does not go too well when it's real wet like this. So I'm just going to open that area up a little bit over the lightning bolt. Kind of do a little circular erasing. And if I can't get it to happen right now, it is, but I'll get another type of erase, maybe the Tombow, you know, just get in there and kind of make a little white area that can be enhanced. See, I didn't want to put a stencil there because it would be too hard of an edge. So as I press out towards the outer edge of the circle, I go lighter with the Tombow. Pressure is almost like you're airbrushing, you know. I clean it with the copy paper, and then try to get it real clean. Whoops, I don't want to lose that lightning bolt there. But okay, so as you get to the outer part of the circular shape, I just go lighter with pressure, as I first said, and that way it kind of lets it look blurry. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to take a little bit of the orange, I'm sorry, the yellow, right out of the bottle, because if you sprayed this right out of the bottle, and you're going to make a very abstract sky. It's not going to be realistic because the color out of the bottle is very bright and saturated. You know, it's not a sky color, you know. But because I have this already in, the mixed yellow, I can come in here now and go over that and intensify it a little bit. I can even go over the orange, you know, just spray the yellow in, keep this golden color down here, and without getting too crazy, you know, just kind of mist it far away. And now I'm going to take the orange, and like I said, I'm doing this rather quickly, but this will help you guys approach this, you know, this realistic looking lightning, and mix your own colors and look at a reference or whatever and go from there. Okay, so now I want to make the brownish, and if you can see here, it's brown, brownish orange. So I'll put this right out of the bottle, right over that color there, just a little bit down at the bottom, to put a little more fire and intensity in the sky, even stronger maybe than that, than the picture. Okay, over here, right on the edge of where that's going to turn into that. Even up here, I'm going to turn that more into I'm not worried about the clouds, and I'm not worried about the pencil line, because that will take care of itself in being darker. It's very edgy, so it will work out good. Okay, one more little look. That lightning bolt's not there. This one is living in a little bit more orange right here. But like I said, I'm intensifying the orange because of the just being able to put it on top of the other colors. So down here a little bit might get a little intense. That's fine with me. There we go. All right, so there's my basic sky. A little more here, it's real far away dusting. I can even edge it here a little bit, right there on the edge. Again, it's not the same exact picture. I left some of it out. Let's get that a little stronger. There we go. There's your yellow. The white's kind of disappearing a little, but that's okay. A little more orangey in there. This is the cloud. Maybe a little mark here where it can hit. Okay, so remembering it's straight out of the bottle in a dirty airbrush. The lightning is all protected. And now I'm going to get the brown. As soon as I get this out of the gun, I'm going to get the brownish mixture. There's a number of mixtures of brown in this cloud. This one is the lightest one, then it goes into a very dark area. I right now have just the lighter mixture made, and I have black made too, mixed for moving along, keeping it going. Okay, so I'm just taking this brown, pouring it into the side cup, and now I'm going to be looking for this coming off the cloud. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work some of this cloud right here over the lightning. Now the lightning still will be white, so right here we go. Test it on the side. It would help if I have just enough air on. A little bit too low. Okay, here we go. Just kind of freehand it in. That's the bottom of the cloud. And here they're dark, so I'm gonna just kind of work it. Freehand, get in close and kind of edge it in there like that. Could use a stencil, but it's really soft on the edges. So having said that, I wouldn't use a stencil. It would look too hard edge. If you want to get in closer, you get the hard edge, but it's an intermediate edge. It's hard, but it's not a stencil, if you know what I mean. That's why I'm working it freehand, so it still has that soft look. Okay, now I'm going to bring this little twister kind of action by spraying lighter and further away. I'm going to bring this down, let's see, right around here. Spray it lightly, get more intense on this side. Just look at it and make sure I don't overdo it, because it's not the same drawing even, I just freehand it. So, okay, there's going to be a little guys here. They'll fade out into a lighter mixture. This just edging it. These are going to be another brown, but anyway, I'll be freehanding them in. So I'll just do it like this for now. Get in real close there. All right, this picture is going to get taped down better. Just pin it at the bottom. It's fluttering. Sounds like I'm getting ready to ride my bicycle with we put the old cards in the bicycle and the spokes. Okay, so get it out, get it moving. Just freehand it in. Oops, got a little wide there. And then down here, it kind of is lighter, so I'll just kind of, it's edgy, but it's still fluttering. I don't like that. All right, so whatever, you know. Yeah, and then it's going to be dark here, very dark. Opaques really are nice because they cover. And just get that going like that. And then it kind of goes like this. This is another color now. I can paint right over it. So I can get darker on top of that without ruining it. And then it kind of just goes out, and there'll be a cloud up here with a little, all kinds of sounds. Okay, so that's the top of the cloud here. That's how you could treat the trees too, because it's just a nighttime scene with lighting coming through the trees from what I believe looks like a strip mall or something in the background. Got the photo from one of the free websites that you can have images for free. And so, took advantage of that. Got to have some kind of a reference, right? All right, so we got it established. This is going to be all another brown. So I can put this in there right now just to have some color. Like I said, I'm not going to match it exactly like the picture. I'm just trying to get something going on here. Pull away with the airbrush and give it a little more nice, even. Could dry that a little bit. Okay, so let's see. I can come down onto this. I'm calling it like, it looks like water's just pouring out of that cloud. So I'll aim down right here. And then I'll just kind of hit it one more time. Goes in between this tree right here. And that's about it. It just pops up a little bit. And right here, a little darker. Yeah, so there's your dark edge right on this side. One more hit. And that gives me that little dude there. And then over here, it's really not in the picture, but I could put a little bit like right there. And here, even though it's not part of the picture, it's, you know, it's a bigger area. That's covered. That's covered. You can put a little smoky clouds in here, like here. Just a little bit of little dudes that just are floating around by themselves. Okay, so at this point in the game, we're going to go with the trees at this point. So let's do that. Okay. Now it's nice when you're working from light to dark, especially with this, the airbrush has to be cleaned a lot when you're going the other way, especially if you go black to a lighter color, you got to really clean it good. But in this case, having the brown in there and switching over to, I have the Q-tip in here just to kind of help me get at the bottom of the bowl there, the cup. I have my black already mixed, and it's pretty liquidy. Okay, now the top of the trees are kind of edgy, meaning sharp, hard edges. So I could try, even though I drew it in. Here's how I did the other painting. Let's try it that way first. And a little more air pressure so I can control it. We got a little bit of trailing going on. So for anybody that's new with the airbrush, I would just take the needle out. Trailing is when the paint runs, when you're not pulling back on the trigger. You hit the air and paint comes out. So I'm going to hit that too. Off to the side, I just hit the air with no needle in it. And now I'm going to test it. See what you get. Pretty neat little splatter effects. Think of doing like a space scene or something. But that was just something I wouldn't want on my painting. So now I could test it and see how's my airbrush behaving. And it's behaving nice. No trailing now. Air's on. Okay, so now it's time to, I like the handle to be on the airbrush, so I'll put that back on and try to freehand the top of the tree just a little bit. Boy, come on, handle, go back on. Thank you. All right. So there's no trailing now. Those two dots came out where I did not want them to do that. So now I'm going to kind of just get in there and see what I got going. Test it on the side. Okay. It's not behaving yet. It's just the nut is making. I always say to my students that this is like a loose tooth, and that's because the tension. You have to just kind of push that needle through again. Maybe I'll leave the thing off for now because I got a nice splatter there. That's not nice. Okay, so here we go. Off to the side, come in with the air. There we go. And just kind of follow my pencil lines a little bit. It will be a pretty hard edge because I'm kind of drawing it in with the airbrush, right? And then you fill it in. So you start getting the tops of the trees. You aim down because you don't want to ruin that nice sky. Just making my own up, little bumps here and there that come out, branches, and then the silhouette of the tree would be more, you can go a little bit further away. Whoops, I'm going to flood it. nice and dark, you know, just solid. And then we're going to have a little lighting in here. I kind of preserve that area. So that's going to be white when I take this off. Little marks that are in the bottom of the lighting coming through, like I said. They're just, liquid masking works well too, but I didn't have any. It was dried up. That's what we use like for watercolor paintings and things like that. This little tree is real fuzzy, the one going across. It's almost like further away, just kind of look. It's a distant tree, maybe behind the mall, you know, like it's not going to be as dark. It's going to be, you can put a little noise on it, a little visual noise, but it's not going to be like this, like when you get into this area. This is going to be very solid, and that'll be a lighter version. Just paying attention to your reference. Okay, over here, I would even use some burnt siennas and stuff for in here to create. Now this goes to create that hook up where the split is from the sun bursting through, or the lighting, not the sun. Okay, so the edge of this little tree here is a hard edge still, but it kind of goes out a little bit softer, like almost like blurry, just like that. And then you can get more solid away from it, like that. Very solid. And so the bottom obviously is just this. Protect this whiteboard behind there. And just spray that real quick. Aim down. I'm spraying one layer. Trying to build it up in layers so that it doesn't I'm going a little faster than normal, but it's a way to get it on there. I think you guys need to see that more like that. Get the idea. It's just going to the bottom. All right, so now I'll air dry that a little. Now second coat it. It'll get real dark like the tree. You don't want to flood it on, or you'll have a mess on your hands. Aiming down. Totally keeping that black from hitting those nice colors. All right, so this is going to be the area where there's a sunburst coming out. I'm trying to leave some of the white. I don't have to leave it all the way in there because my color can go on top of it. I already did the painting before on my Facebook Live, and I still am working on it. Whoops. Now I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Just kind of rolling in there, and here we want to get around that tree. Yeah, there's an opening in there. A little opening here that I could have protected, but I didn't. So I'll just leave it, meaning freehand it. Okay, so you can see where it's going. I might as well continue on. If the video goes longer, then you guys just watch it. You can jump ahead. A lot of people skip around. Sometimes it pays to watch the whole thing. I get like a sponge when I see artwork being done, so most of the time I'll watch everything, or if I go into a classroom and I'm being taught by another artist, I'll totally, take notes and absorb everything. So everybody's 100 miles an hour today, and they don't really take the time to, at least from what I look at on my videos, and they don't watch the whole video a lot of times. Maybe they know a lot already and they're just picking up a little tip. I don't know. And I like review. I like to go back too and check things out later that I might have missed. That's got protection. It's totally little protection from the gold in the center. You'll see when I start peeling the lightning off the gold tape and the little areas that have some protection on it. What's this? This is now, I almost see some brown in there, and I'll put it in. I'm going to put a little. This is probably going to come out better than my painting that I worked on, because you learn so much doing it a couple times, right? I don't want this to look like something spiky or something, so I'm going to kind of change some of those shapes a little. Okay, that's good. A little bit of the brown. It's probably a brown that I'll use. So I'll second coat the black one more time, aim down. Okay, this is that distant tree, which probably at this point, one more area here. Okay, so we'll try to stay out of the way with the airbrush. Some little branches, just squigglies, like, just kind of keep them lighter. The lightning bolts go right into the tree. This one kind of has a little edge that sticks out like that. And then a little kind of bump there. Yeah, see, I didn't capture this lighter version in the other painting that I was working on. Okay, doing videos, are, when you're doing the video, you might do better painting without the camera on. You know what I'm saying? Talking, and I can focus better. And it's not that way. So I'm just going to take, let's see, maybe the brown, yeah. Now I'm going to take burnt sienna right out of the bottle. I need it in there. It's from the orange family. And I can always tint over it. I know I'm putting it on kind of into an area that has no paint, but I want this to stand out a little bit, so I'm playing around with my transparents. Okay, that's good. It's got some black still in it. Here we go. Turn that down and just paint this area. Instead of black, I'm going to paint it with the burnt sienna. There. And maybe around. This is going to be a glow. Right in here, I'll let this kind of mist in. And maybe just a couple whispers right here, just to edge it a little bit. And then some over here. Go right off the black and let it kind of hit it. And even this I can spray over that a little bit with this color. Put a little color in it, Okay. Okay, that's good. All right. So that's waiting for the black to go around it. Yeah, this doesn't belong anywhere else. So I will spray it in here a little bit more, just for color. Okay. I have a water cleaning station on the side, again, for any newbies. It's just a cool little jar that this unscrews. It's got the filter in it. And it keeps a lot of the overspray down because you're just spraying it into that. And it's great. You don't have to breathe in all the little fumes and stuff. Okay. A little water in the gun. backwash it. Nice little bubbles. That's cool looking. That's a painting in itself, right? There's my lamp shining in it. Art is everywhere, right? Okay, so what do we got here? A 35-minute video. Well, some of the people tell me in comments that they like the longer video. They like to watch the whole thing, so it won't hurt to have it up there. And I got to try to give you guys more videos. I have a very busy life and running around like a crazy person trying to take care of things here. And it's just, I'm trying to focus on it. Hopefully I can give more time to this. I do a lot on Facebook and not enough on YouTube. But don't forget to subscribe and, you know, hit your notification bell so that you'll see when I upload. Okay, so that's what I got right now, and that little black mark there, excuse me, that you guys can't see. So at this point, let me just check. Yeah, right here, I'm going to take the Tombow. I could even take an electric eraser and go in here and get that out of there now, because it would really lift it out nice. It's going to be a nice glow in this area. So I just got to kind of put the mark in there, see if I got a little point on this, but no battery in it. Okay, so what did I do? Okay, there. See if I can break this opening. I don't care now about the tape. I have to start a little bit of an area, and then I can soft erase it out there. That's my area. Okay, so let's unveil some of the things that are protected from, as soon as let me put this to the side and get an X-acto knife and go after, let's try this little area right here that you guys wouldn't even know is protected. The gold tape, that'll turn yellow. Okay, and I think there's a few, I gotta be careful because I don't want to scratch beyond these shapes, which I'll probably end up doing. The whole idea to protect them is, let me try my fingernail. Little scuffs around it, but that came off. I think there's one there. Okay, and there's stuff over here, so I'll just go lightly. Little marks. So it starts to look like lighting, you know, coming through the trees and stuff, like the picture that you see. And then I'll demonstrate. Let me get this more focused on the lightning now and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take the lightning, the gold tape off. The sky is pretty much done as far as for this demo. And you just peel it off. Now, when I scratched this off on my painting, which is this one here, okay, that's not finished. Obviously, it's got a lot of work to go, but you can see where this can go. Okay, so that's the paint. I'll show it again, not so zoomed in. All right, I ended up scratching the lightning in some areas, and it goes, this is clayboard, it goes in very deep, and because I pushed a little too hard. It doesn't look bad. I mean, you can feel it on the finished work, but my point is that it's better to have the pure, nothing there, and like try not to cut deep into the board when you do these cutouts. And then you get that. And that, whoop, these pieces are separated. Tweezers would be good too. I used to have a nice little set a little tweezer thing that kept in a little pouch. It was nice. It's gone. Went somewhere. I had a school and I had a store, so might have got lost there. I don't know. Okay, so there's the lightning. One more little piece over here. And I will show you the scratching technique because there's some lightning bolts that are so skinny. Okay, so let's zoom in right here and find an area that I'm going to do that to. So I would say up over this way more. So I'm going to move this over a little bit. It's easier, right? Coming down, and I'll zoom out a smidge. Okay, right about there. Okay, so there's some lightning that's going to have very fine. So now I'm just going to scratch. You've got to kind of go for it. Keep that blade on its side and just keep it real skinny. I'm going to bring this one and connect it there. And then this, you know, these are the little, if you look at lightning up close, you know, it can kind of just trail off like that. And this one here, where is it? It's right over here. This one's kind of cool looking. I got a little wiggly, gonna go like that, in, out, around, and I think I can just go that way, and whoops. That one wasn't perfect, but not bad. It's gonna get tinted anyway. And finish this one, whoops, by just pressing light and then just kind of going for it like that. Okay, let's back out. Okay, right about there. So now you can see where the lightning is going to hit the top of the tree here. Just in the photo, it just goes right in. So just take the side of the blade and just go right to the top of the tree where I didn't connect it. And back out a little more. Whoops, too much. Right about there. Okay, so that's good there. That's good there. I could bring this down. Little baby lightning bolts that are coming off the bigger one. This one here. Whoops. And I think that without overdoing it, let me see over here. Oh, this kind of goes back up. Here, we'll do this one right here. Goes up, and then it kind of goes down here a little bit. That's it. I don't want to overdo it. It gets to be stupid looking. Maybe where I connect here, it could be a little fatter. Right there. And right there. Okay. So that's cool. I'm going to put a baby one right here. Whoops, it's starting to skip, so I want to just keep it on its side. Oh yeah, I got this. This still has frisket on it. Not frisket, gold tape. And it ends right there. And I'm going to put a piece of tape on the bottom of this so it doesn't move anymore. And now I'm going to just finish this one lightning bolt right here with, you're using the very side of the blade, not the tip, not that part, the side. So when you're coming in here, you kind of got it on its side. Whoops, and I want to catch up with that. And just then you can tilt it a little bit. And you don't want to gouge the board. And that's it. These are all starting to look the same. I don't like that. Just do a little bit more. Maybe I'll bring this one down a little this way. Okay, that's good because I'm doing a lot here. Okay, so this little black splatter is going to get taken out with the X-acto knife. Okay, so that is pretty much my demo. that's going to glow. Whoops, I'm not even showing you that. Hold on, guys. Tilt it down a little bit. So that'll have a nice glow on it, as you will see in the picture here. See how it's glowing? So those are things I do off camera. It's not, you know, not a big deal. But I could take the original yellow from the sky, which I will have to be careful because I will mess up the black a little bit. But I don't want this to be... so what I could do is take some kind of edging, like post notes or something. Let's see what I got here. Post note has a little stick. Whoop, this one's an old one. Okay. You can go like that. The white's preserved, right? It's not, I'm not trying to spray it on the black. And you go like that. The post note is super sticky. It's not the regular ones, it's the super stickies. Like that. And I'll come in with my sky yellow, not the yellow from the bottle, straight out of the bottle. That's not, oops, flooding it on, sorry. That's not going to help. One more pass, more air. More air, dry it real good. And we'll look at that. And there is that lighting that will be, it's a little crooked, but it's just a demo, guys. Okay, so yeah, there'll be a little bit of brightness in this area. Whoops. It's called trying to do too many things at once. Oh, come on. Turn down the paint, man. So I'm just going to put this yellow in here. I know I'm kind of going after some of... Just freehand that. It's going to be the glow area. So I have that bright spot waiting, like that, and I can brighten that up as I go. So this should be good for the demo. I'll be touching up areas, such as that one, these guys here. I'll go around them with the black, and they'll stay yellow. All right, the camera was not unzoomed there a little bit. So all I did was sprayed onto the areas that were protected, that were no longer protected. And I created, oh yeah, this area over here, this lightning bolt starts turning yellow. So I'm just gonna spray right on top of the lightning bolt, the yellow, right there, and try staying close, right there. Just in the picture. And what else? These start fading a little bit, so they're kind of just spray over the tips, probably more with the orange later. So they're all not, you know, the same value. They're, the brightest ones are what you see there. And whoa, right here. They'll be all touched up later. Okay, so there you have it. That is where we're at. We'll kind of zoom in there a little bit. It's just a scrap piece of clayboard to later on bring in, there's a cloud here that you can't really see. I'm going to darken it. It's there, but it's not there. You know, it's like midnight colors. Beautiful colors here. I have to go in and work on that. So thanks for checking it out. If you know any artists that don't know about the channel, share the channel, you know, or somehow give them a link to it so that new people can know it's there and jump on and check out things. There's a lot of videos on my channel, and I'm getting close to about, I think, 1700. Might be going to 1800. Might be going to 1700. Yeah, it's about 50 away or something like that. Anyway, guys, thanks for looking. Be safe out there. God bless you guys, and have fun airbrushing. Take care.